Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy 555 crystalline light, cosmic solar rays, plasma light frequencies. Oh my gosh, we have it all. It is not stopping. I mentioned in my videos past and all of my writings that this was going to continue to increase as the weeks went by, and it has not disappointed in any way, shape, or form. These energies are so intensified. It's so palpable now as we're experiencing everything that's taking place at this transformational time that we're in. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was the intensity of this energy and how you might be experiencing it, because it's really impacting us in a very physical way. The light body, the electromagnetic field, is being amplified through all of these frequencies, and we're feeling it quite significantly in the evening, because in the evening, no matter where you live, everything kind of settles down and becomes quiet. So it's easier for us to tune in. It's easier for us to feel into these energies that are coming through. And we're definitely doing a lot of that these days, feeling quite intensely. And I know I could speak for myself and say that yesterday morning, I got up and I felt quite expansive after some amazing dreams that I experienced throughout the night. And I felt like I was like 7 feet wide all around this big, expansive field that I had right upon waking up. And then this morning, waking up, I felt like I was 7 feet tall, like I was making my bed and I felt like I was through the ceiling, that I was just in this expanded state of consciousness. And we were in a time stop on the earth, the 0 point, where there was nothing, no birds chirping, nothing taking place except for just being in a state of being. And I want to say that probably started like around maybe 9 a.m. And I have been sitting here in awe, just loving these frequencies that have been coming in. They're just so amazing and so sublime. I really hope that you're able to enjoy them too. Although I know that many of you are dealing with some of these light frequencies, like the cosmic rays, which are solar based, as we've been having more and more solar everything, solar flares, flashing, winds, geomagnetic storms, CMEs, all of that stuff, which is actually creating headaches and migraines, eye strain, third eye pressure, pressure in the back of the neck, right in the occipital area where the light codes enter. And all of that is associated with expansion of consciousness. And then, that going hand in hand with that would be plasma, and the plasma makes us feel cold as we contract, and then we're going through the upgrade and we have to kind of go inward in order to contract inward and just be and sit in that upgrade that we're feeling. And then we go into that state of expansion, expanding out in our new sense of consciousness, this new expanded state of consciousness, and our body will heat up from that, heating up on the inside, from the inside out. So we'll notice a lot of this more in the evening. The other day I posted that, we had a major shift, and I had posted that it was around 6:33, although it had been building almost all day. I could feel it building, and then at 6:33, we had this shift. I was holding my phone because I was responding something, an email or something. I was holding my phone and I literally saw the phone separate. It was like two versions two timelines separating, and then as fast as it separated, it came back together again, that timeline coming back together again. And as it came back together and all of that transpired in the blink of an eye, it was so fast. I felt a pop in my head, a pop in my heart center, and it was like this state of dizziness for just a second as everything kind of pulled apart and came back together again. And it was like, wow, that was intensified. That was incredible. But the feeling was so euphoric. It was like amazing. I felt amazing afterwards, this sense of incredible bliss. And then I posted about it on my Instagram account, asking anybody if they had experienced it as well. Because it was just so amazing that that I just felt it in that way. Now I feel timeline merges all the time with timeline hops, quantum. I call them quantum jumps or quantum leaps forward. But nothing is intensified as this. It was like very incredible, and I realized that it's from these stargates that we have been having opening consistently throughout the month, the last couple of weeks. I can't even say the month, but it's been building for weeks now, these stargates, as we have one after the other, after the other, after the other. And, for those of you that follow me, you'll hear me say that your universe is not on the outside of your body, it's all on the inside, right? So the stars and what we perceive above us is not outside, it's really inside. It's just being projected outside through our eyes. And so that is how we're seeing our reality. But all stargates and portals, all of that exists within us. It's not outside of us. It's just that we're seeing it on the outside because it's how this human experience is created. So every time a stargate opens, it opens in our heart center, and that stargate bursts open, and then we have that experience and we can feel it expanding. Why it's important to know that is because the heart center is its own mini stargate, right? It's its own, and it's probably the strongest magnetic field that we have in our body. We have the electromagnetic field, which is the circumference around us completely, but we also have that heart center, torus, which is also magnetic and the strongest magnetic field that we have. So we're going to feel it there, and it feels more intensified, having all of these different experiences, right? It's when these light frequencies come in, they're coming into the heart center first. That's where they're targeting the heart center. And sometimes, depending on the type of light, like with gamma, you might feel the gamma come in through the heart center, feels very electric, goes down your arms, down all the way down into your hands. And if you're laying still in bed or you're really quiet, you can actually feel the electricity running down your arms. Lately, I feel like balls of energy being created in my hands, where I could just take both of the balls of energy, merge them together, kind of play with them. I'm always feeling that, right, as the energy is intensifying. So it's important to tune in and to to feel all of this. And even if you can't feel it yet, you'll know it because you'll hear your house creaking. You'll hear those pops and creaks. That's the energy. And because the energy has been intensifying, it's not just happening at night anymore. It's happening during the day now. I'll hear the house creak or the house pop in some way, as the old, oh, the house is settling. Yeah, it's not. It's the electricity. It's the gamma. It's the plasma. It's the all of the light, the photonic light. All of that is creating this experience that we're having right now, as our crystalline light body is being activated and we are moving into these higher states of consciousness. It's an amazing experience that we are able to have. And we will notice through this experience that the veils are becoming thinner, that telepathy is coming more to the forefront, and we're experiencing more of what we call synchronicities, as we're aligning with our thoughts, our actions, and our words through intention. Okay, it's very important. The other day I happened to be going for art supplies with one of my beautiful and divine soul sisters who's very artistic and creative, and we were headed back, and we were going to the diner to grab a bite to eat after the art excursion that we were on. And why it's such a big thing is because it's Blix, and it's like an hour from where I live. So, it's a trip, and you got to plan for it. So I pull into the diner behind this young woman that had pulled in. She pulled in, and then I pulled in, and she all of a sudden abruptly stopped. And I didn't realize it was because she saw a car right in the beginning that had its reverse lights on. They were backing out, but it meant that I could not go around her because there was no room to go around her vehicle. I had to sit at the entrance of the diner and wait until she either moved or she, got into a parking spot. And so she decided that she was going to let her passengers out, and then put on her signal to let me know that she was taking the spot of the people that she was blocking. She was blocking them from backing out. They had already started to back out, but she was completely blocking them. And then she moved up just enough that they were able to squeeze between her and I. And then as they were still straightening their car to go forward, she started backing into that spot. It was a little chaotic, but that was her intention. She was taking that spot no matter what. Didn't matter. She would have fought me for it. I was not interested in that spot because there were plenty of other spots at the diner. And so when she backed in, I went around to the other side and parked on the other side. And by the time we had gotten inside and gotten seated, she was already seated. And I knew she was seated because we were seated right next to her, and I could see her with her friends at the other table. And so, yeah, I didn't think anything of it. Waitress came right over, took our order. It was so fast because we both kind of knew what we wanted to eat. It was very fast. Went away, bought our food back within like minutes, and we started eating. And I hear the waitress like whizzes past our table to the table behind us with this young woman and her friends, and says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I made you wait. I didn't realize you were my table. I'm sorry. Can I get you water? Would you like something to drink to start? And then I'll come back and take your food." So by the time we were done eating and ready to leave, they were just getting their food. Now, from one perspective, that was kind of karmic, right? Because her intentions were self-serving, self-motivated to take that parking spot at all costs, no matter what, holding the people that were trying to back out of it at bay, holding me at bay while she did her thing and let her friends out and then backed into that spot. And the karmic clapback is happening much faster now. So I'm seeing the energy playing out in a very quick way. So karma is not what happened in prior lifetimes being completed in this lifetime. Karma is actually energy. It's an exchange, energy for energy, right? And it doesn't matter what type of energy, whatever we're creating is what we're going to experience back. So from one perspective, you could look at her being very self-serving, making me wait and making the other car wait while she did her thing. And that wasn't serving the higher purpose. It wasn't treating all with respect. It wasn't treating all with love. It wasn't treating all with compassion. It was, very self-serving. And so as a result, the universe was like, all right, you could just wait on your food and your service, and you'll be served when appropriate. Now, from one perspective, it might not seem like such a big deal that that would be a karmic clapback, but yet it was. And so this is kind of one of the things that we have to watch out for is what are we creating in the process of this very quick energy that's moving? Are we creating good things, or are we unconsciously creating things that we don't want? Because I guarantee she wasn't in a place where she was going to be conscious. The the friend that I was with that when we were talking about it, we both agreed that there was no consciousness within what had taken place. She was very young, and it, probably didn't even enter her mind. She just knew she was having lunch with her friends at the diner, right? And so, you know, then I have to ask, like, what is it going to take to finally sit back and say, why did that happen? Why is this happening to me? Why did that happen? Right? That's when we get the bigger events that come in. And then when those bigger events happen, we're like, I wish that wouldn't have happened. Why did this happen? But that's the wake up call. Crisis often gets us to pay attention. But I guess, in my sharing this, I'm really hoping that people start to see what they're creating in the moment, because the energy is so fast. So if we're unconsciously creating something that we really don't want the repercussion to, we have to make sure that we're creating from a more conscious perspective and not from an unconscious place. Even if our intentions weren't malicious, which I don't believe that her intentions were malicious in any way, shape, or form. I believe that they were unconscious and self-serving, and not thinking how her actions might have been impacting the people that were trying to back out. Maybe they had a meeting to go to, or they were, heading someplace that they had a time limit to get there or whatever. But, it just shows us how fast the universe is speaking to us. So synchronicities, synchronistic moments can be the same as karmic moments. They're going to either be good synchronistic moments, or they're going to be bad synchronistic moments. So we want to make more of the good synchronistic moments and have those happen as part of our experience always. I mean, that's just my perspective here. But when we're looking at it from the highest timeline, we really want to have respect for all of God's creatures. I don't care if it's a plant, a crystal, a rock, an animal. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. We want to have respect. We want to have love. We want to honor all. We want to have compassion. And, we want to care. When we start caring for each other, everything changes. Nothing is going to change until we start caring for each other. Okay, that's number one. That's really super, super important. So let's talk about what's taking place in the heart center, because I know that's a big concern for a lot of people. And I have been tuning into the heart center energies for a while now, because I've noticed they've intensified, and I generally never ever have gotten anxiety. I have never had anything with my heart. I've never had panic attacks or anything like that. So over the course of the last couple of months, I've been noticing more fluttering in the heart area, palpitations, or even like thumps, where like you feel like you skip a beat and it's like the heart thumps, right? And so in my tuning into it, I keep feeling like it's not really my heart, that there's something else taking place. And that message has been coming over and over again. And I might have even shared in some of my older videos or posts on Instagram about the fact that I felt like we were activating another heart in our field. Maybe not a physical heart, but another heart that's more over either toward the center or more to the right side of our body. And last night, I had an experience where I was able to really tune in and get super, super quiet and bring myself right into my heart center. And I could feel those experiences, those thumps, the fluttering, the palpitations in that heart that I am perceiving, that activation where we're activating that higher heart experience. And I do feel like it is another heart. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling like there might be two more hearts aside from our original heart, because of the Trinity, the Trinity activations. And also because of the fact that our heart always had chambers. Okay. So, this is what's coming in from my team, and I'm just going to put this out there to you because I want to take some of the fear and the anxiety and the tension away from those of you that are afraid that something is happening to your heart, because I really believe that this is the activation of this of this new heart experience, this new heart energy that we're having. And it's not our heart, it is this new activating heart energy that is being created as part of our crystalline light body. Okay. So that's very, very important to pay attention to. However, I will say that I am, a great advocate of always making sure we're doing the right thing by our health. So I'm not asking you to trust or believe me. If you're really afraid that there's something with your heart, please go get checked out by a doctor, because it's always better to get checked out and find out that it's nothing. And then you can relax into the fact that it is really your light body activating, and we're just not used to that. And I will tell you that my team keeps telling me that these energies are going to intensify and continue to intensify. This is not slowing down. We're going to have to get comfortable and keep adjusting our field with these shifts that we're going through. Okay. So that is very, very important for us to have that awareness. Now, normally I don't ask you guys for favors, but I am going to ask you for a favor, because I want to try and create more content here in YouTube. And one of the ways I can do that is through the community tab, where I can post the posts that I write and share on my blog or on my Instagram page, and I can share them here under that community tab. However, I can't have access to that community tab until I hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you tune in every once in a while and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you find that there's benefit in the content here, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell notification. It just means that I can offer more content here, okay? I don't get paid for any of this. All of this content I'm sharing because it's part of the service work that I do. If you do feel like you want to make a contribution, I have links at my website for donations. If you see fit for that, that would be greatly appreciated, because it helps me bring the content through and keep everything running. It really does. But I'm not asking you for any money. What I'm asking you for is I'm asking you to just merely subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I can, it's like one-stop shopping. I can give you all of that here. So I could post to the community page things that I'm sharing in other places, plus offer you these videos and give you updates, in the moment as I get them. Otherwise, right now, to get all the content in full, like let's say I post, did you feel that energy blast? And then I describe what happened. You're only going to get that on my Instagram page right now. You're not going to get that here. Well, you might get that on my Twitter feed, but you're not going to get that here. So if you find this content valuable on my YouTube page here, I would appreciate you subscribing. This way I can get to that 1,000 level where I can open up that community page and give you more content. That's really what it's for, because it's not going to monetize me or anything like that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to share the content and get the information out. Okay. So if you found information in this sharing today on the 555 frequency, the activation for 555, and the information shared on what's taking place with our heart, please think about giving me a thumbs up, liking this post, and then subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell for notifications. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to try to answer those for you. I do not profess to be the, the end all be all to all questions, but I will do my best to answer you if you do post something down below. And so I love you. I thank you for tuning in and being with me, joining me here for this talk. And if there's something that you would like to see me talk about or bring forward in another YouTube, please leave a comment below and let me know what that is so that I can create a video for it. And that's it for today. I love you. Enjoy this 555 frequency. Make sure that you are staying very present so that you're aware of everything you're creating in your reality, as we always want to create in the highest expression of ourselves. That is so important. I can't tell you how important that is. Okay. So enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Know that I love you, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.